What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida for Friday, July 29th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The Great Wall released a first teaser starring Matt Damon on Thursday. The trailer sees the 45-year-old actor fight monsters along the legendary Great Wall of China. The fantasy-adventure film takes place during the Northern Song Dynasty, which ran from 959 to 1126 AD. The Great Wall is directed by Zhang Yimou, who directed Hero, House of Flying Daggers. The film is the most expensive Chinese film of all time and co-stars Andy Lau, Pedro Pascal, Willem Dafoe, and Jin Tao. Yimou told Entertainment Weekly, at its core, it's a period piece and an action film. The fantasy elements does play a major role because of the monsters, but what makes our film unique is that these are ancient Chinese monsters. He added, even though it's a fantasy movie, we filmed it in a very realistic way. We wanted it to feel like the events actually happened. Other than the monsters, all aspects of this film are backed by either scientific or historical research. The Great Wall opens in theaters February 17th, 2017. Paramount Pictures and DreamWorks have released a trailer for their outrageous holiday comedy Office Christmas Party, which is due in theaters December 9th. The 90-second clip shows Jennifer Aniston playing a corporate boss trying to stop her employees from throwing a Yuletide bash. The trailer also features Jason Bateman, T.J. Miller, Olivia Munn, and Kay McKinnon, and shows images of an out-of-control party and its aftermath. The synopsis accompanying the video on YouTube reads, an office Christmas party when the CEO tries to close her hard-partying brother's branch, he and his chief technical officer must rally their co-workers and host an epic office Christmas party in an effort to impress a potential client and close a sale that will save their jobs. Aniston and Bateman previously collaborated on Horrible Bosses and its sequel. The hit stage play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will continue performances in the West End through at least December 2017, the show's producers announced. Starting August 4th, an additional 250,000 tickets will be released for sale. The eighth story in the Harry Potter series and the first official Harry Potter story to be presented on stage began previews in June in London's Palace Theatre and will now officially open this weekend. The drama follows the now adult wizards Harry, Hermione, and Ron and their families about 20 years after the events of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the seventh book in the franchise. Based on an original story by Potter creator J.K. Rowling, Jack Thorne, and John Tiffany, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a new play by Thorne, directed by Tiffany, with movements by Steve Hoggett, set by Christine Jones, costumes by Katrina Lindsay, and music and arrangements by Emoji Heap. The play's web notes read, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is one play presented in two parts. Both parts are intended to be seen in order on the same day, matinee or evening, or on two consecutive evenings. FX has released collections of frightening teaser trailers for Season 6 of their anthology series American Horror Story. The clips originally released on Snapchat Wednesday have been gathered together into one video and posted onto Twitter by star Lady Gaga. The singer, who won a Golden Globe for Best Performance by an Actress in a Miniseries or Motion Picture made for television for her role as Elizabeth Johnson, aka the Countess, on American Horror Story, Hotel said. Check out all the new teasers revealed so far for American Horror Story Season 6. The teaser includes a series of dark vignettes that incorporate the new season's number 6 logo that is combined with the question mark. There will be one segment features a secluded farmhouse with black smoke that resembles the logo being pumped into the air as chainsaws and screams are heard, while another showcases a creepy crib in which the logo and a knife are seen dangling in front of an unseen baby. Another focus on a staircase in which hands suddenly appear to grab a screaming female victim. The release continues the mystery surrounding the next season of American Horror Story. So far, no plot details or information regarding the show's new setting has been officially confirmed. Potentially, the number 6 and question mark logo relates to comments made by creator Ryan Murphy, who stated in March, according to Deadline, the interesting thing about the new season is that we've been working on 2 ideas at once, which we've never done. He also confirmed that stars Kathy Bates, Dennis O'Hare, Angela Bassett, Sarah Paulson, Finn Wittrock, Wes Bentley, and Matt Bomer would be returning. Gaga's confirmed her involvement in the new season in March. American Horror Story Season 6 premieres September 14th on FX. Ballers will return for a third season on HBO. Dwayne Johnson, who plays Spencer Strasmore on the series, announced the network will renew the comedy in an Instagram post Thursday. Johnson wrote, after just 2 episodes into our Season 2 of #Ballers, at HBO has ordered Season 3. Congratulations to our hardworking cast, crew, producers, and our show's creator, Steven Levinson. He says to all our Baller fans out there, thank you. Millions of you tune in every week to join us on this crazy journey of chasing greatness and dealing with life's pains. And the greatest compliment we always hear from you is that we're real and authentic. Ballers follows Strasmore, played by Johnson, an NFL star turned financial manager, as he balances his clients' needs with his own personal life. Some have called the series an NFL version of HBO's Entourage. Johnson told MSN in 2015, I feel such a personal connection to the show. The life that Spencer Strasmore has was the life I wanted. I had no money and we struggled for a long time, but my number one goal was to make it to the NFL. And he also said, I failed at that, but I think I'm finding peace with it on the show. So the experience has been tremendous, and I am fortunate to be playing a guy whose life I wanted. The Season 2 premiere, which aired July 17th, has been seen by more than 5.7 million viewers, according to Deadline. The comedy co-stars Rob Corddry, John David Washington, and Omar Miller, and airs Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on HBO. Broadway legend IdinaMenzel is to headline in 2017 small-screen remake of Beaches. The Menzel's website said Thursday she will take on the role of Cece Bloom, Bette Midler's part, and cover its iconic songs Wind Beneath My Wings and The Glory of Love. The new version will also feature 2 new original songs performed by Idina, Crazy Stupid Love and If I Stay. The latest film adaptation of Iris Rainier Dart's novel about a singer and a lawyer whose friendship spans 30 years will premiere on the Lifetime television network. Gary Marshall, who died this month, directed the classic 1988 Bette Midler Barbara Hershey movie. Menzel is known for her performance in Broadway's Rent, Wicked, and If Then. She is also lent the voice of Elsa in the animated blockbuster Frozen. Kim Zolig is setting the record straight on her rumored plastic surgeries. The 38-year-old former Real Housewives of Atlanta star admitted to having Botox and lip fillers in an interview with daughter Brillel Bermans for TMZ, but denied having more invasive procedures. She said, I haven't done plastic surgery. I got fillers in my lips and Botox. I don't mind talking about it. I fly to Los Angeles just for that, sometimes just to see Dr. Kasabian. Zolak was rumored to have had a nose job and complete facelift. Although the star denies having plastic surgery on her face, she previously confessed to a boob job and tummy tuck in an interview with E! News. She says, I was always knit and tuck, and if I felt the need to do so, but I'm open about that. You only go around one time, and I especially understand that, and life is very short, so there's no reason for me to lie. The star also explained, I chose a life of reality television, which is an open book, so I share with people what I've done. There's no secrets. I want women to feel as beautiful as I feel, and so with that said, it's not all natural. So I came to fame on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and left the Bravo series after season 5. She told TMZ she's working on some other shows, but said she can't reveal the projects yet. Spike has ordered 10 episodes of a half-an-hour game show called Karaoke Showdown to be hosted and executive produced by actor Craig Robinson. The show will be taped in Los Angeles and New York this summer for a 2017 debut on the cable network. A press release explained, Karaoke Showdown features Robinson posing as a driver picking up unsuspecting contestants who are along for a very unique ride upon realizing they are on a karaoke-inspired game show. During various rounds of gameplay, contestants must belt out their favorite tunes, finish the lyrics, or act out songs for cash. Fun surprises add to the excitement as the contestants never know what's going to happen next. Robinson is best known for his works on the TV's The Office and Mr. Robot. His film credits include Morris from America, Pineapple Express, Hot Tub Machine, Zack and Miri Make a Porno Movie, This Is the End, and Peoples. Addison Timlin, Zane Holtz, and Zelda Williams are to star in the psychological drama Girl in the Box Lifetime set. Set to air September 10th, the TV movie is based on a true story. Stephen Kemp is executive producing, writing, and directing the project. A synopsis reads, in 1977, 22-year-old Colleen Stan doesn't think twice when she hitchhikes and is picked up by a young couple Cameron and Janice Hooker, but the life she knows is completely ripped away when the couple abducts her and takes her to their home where Cameron tortures and sexually abuses her. For the next 7 years, Colleen is imprisoned for up to 23 hours a day in a coffin-sized box hidden beneath the couple's bed. When not incarcerated, Colleen is part of a strange new life as a live-in slave, babysitter, and victim of Cameron's bizarre and extreme sexual fantasies. The documentary special Colleen Stan, The Girl in the Box will air immediately after the TV movie premieres. Timlin is from The Awkward Moment, and Holtz's credits include The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Williams is the daughter of the late Oscar-winning actor Robin Williams. She is a series regular on Dead of Summer. MTV is preparing to launch a new throwback channel, MTV Classic, that features some of their most iconic programs from the 90s. The station, which will replace VH1 Classic starring August 1st, the same day MTV launched 35 years ago in 1981, will broadcast classic shows from throughout the 1990s, including Beavis and Butthead, Daria, and The Real World. The first hour of MTV Classics will replicate the first hour programming in MTV's history, before also airing a special documentary on Total Request Live and iconic episodes of MTV Unplugged featuring Nirvana, Bob Dylan, Oasis, and Erykah Badu. Popular programs from the early 2000s include Pimp My Ride, MTV Cribs, and Jackass will also be part of the channel's ongoing block of programming. Sean Atkins, the president of MTV, noted in a statement, "From Beavis and Butthead to Laguna Beach, MTV's program vault is a music and pop culture goldmine with universal resonance. MTV Classic gives audiences a modern and artful home for classic MTV programming, and alongside MTV, MTV2, MTV Live, and MTVU, rounds out a diverse portfolio with music and youth culture at its core." The actors known for playing Bob, Luis, and Gordon on Sesame Street will not appear in HBO's new shortened version of the iconic preschool series. The Miami Herald said Bob McGrath, who has played Bob on the show since 1969, recently announced the shocking news at Florida SuperCon. McGrath says not only had he been laid off, but so had Emilio Delgado, who played Luis, and Roscoe Orman, who played Gordon for decades on the series, which mixed live action, animation, and puppetry. The Today Show website quoted McGrath as saying, "The show has gone under a major turnaround, going from an hour to half an hour. HBO has gotten involved also, and they let all the original cast members go, with the exception of Alan Mikurioka, who is probably 20 years younger than the rest of us, and Chris Knowings, who is also young." The pair played Alan and Chris. Today reported that Loretta Long, who plays Gordon's wife Susan, is also remaining on the show. The premium cable network announced last year that fresh episodes of the educational series would air on HBO first, then be broadcast later on its original home of PBS. Keisha KnightPoet says her husband, Ed Hartwell, was the one who cheated in their marriage. The pregnant 37-year-old actress accused the 38-year-old former NFL player of infidelity in an interview with Entertainment Tonight after Hartwell unexpectedly filed for divorce and requested a paternity test this week. Polam asserted, "I have never cheated on him during my marriage. That's not who I am. The paternity test is not an issue. There's no problem. I've never been unfaithful to my husband. This is his daughter." She says, "I was ready to leave when I found out he cheated. I had divorce papers ready. I presented them to him. He says, 'Please, I want my family, all the right things.' Once I was pregnant, I decided to give him that last chance." Hartwell filed for divorce on Monday in Atlanta, just a week after Polam announced she's expecting their first child. The actress said she was blindsided by the news and admitted the sudden turn of events was hurtful. She shared, "The part that hurts me the most when he filed for divorce was that he had asked me to give him another chance, and I was willing to do that and forgive him for our family." Source told People magazine Hartwell wants a paternity test because Polam got pregnant during a very dark spot in their relationship. The insider said the former NFL player doesn't have any evidence the actress actually cheated. Polam is best known for playing Rudy Huxtable on the NBC sitcom The Cosby Show. She has since appeared on Tyler Perry's House of Pain and competed on The Celebrity Apprentice Season 7. Heath Ledger's dad, Kim Ledger, says the late actor was responsible for his own death. Kim voiced his opinion in an interview with the Daily Mail Australia while discussing the dangers of prescription drug misuse. Ledger died at the age of 28 in 2008 from an accidental drug overdose. Kim said, "It was totally his fault. It was no one else. He reached for them. He put them in the system. You can't blame anyone else in that situation." Ledger, who died of cardiac arrest, was later revealed to have several drugs, including oxycodone, hydrocodone, and diazepam in his system. Kim stood by his blunt assessment of his son's death on Thursday's episode of The Morning Show. He says, "What I said is what I feel. We are responsible in most cases for what we put in our mouths. In Heath's case, his was a tragic mix of prescribed drugs with sleeping tablets that just put him to sleep permanently." Kim told news.com.au his son's death was a one-off accident and not the result of addiction. Admitted the actor struggled with self-induced pressure to perform. Ledger's sister Kate Ledger reportedly warned him about mixing medication the night before his death. Kim said the last conversation Kate had with him was this discussion about his medication. He was warned by his sister the night before, "You shouldn't mix what you take for pneumonia with your Ambien." Ledger left behind daughter Matilda, now 10, who lives with her mother, actress Michelle Williams. The late actor was best known for such films as Brokeback Mountain and The Dark Knight, for which he won a posthumous Academy Award. In a passing to report, Babylon 5 star Jerry Doyle has died at the age of 60. According to the BBC, a spokesman for Doyle's family has stated that the cause of death is still unknown. Citing sources, TMZ reports that a call was made to the actor's Las Vegas home Wednesday after he was found unresponsive. An autopsy is currently underway, with TMZ stating that no foul play is suspected. Doyle famously appeared on Babylon 5 for all 5 of its seasons as Chief Warrant Officer Michael Garibaldi. Doyle also appeared in other television shows such as Beverly Hills 90210, NYPD Blue, and Martial Law before becoming a political radio talk show host. Doyle's Babylon 5 co-star Bruce Boxleitner commented on the death of Twitter, writing, "I'm so devastated at the news of the untimely death of my good friend at Jerry Doyle. During the B5 years, he was a great pal. R.I.P. Garibaldi." Doyle was 60. Kanye West is weighing in on his famous feud with Taylor Swift. The 39-year-old rapper called out the 26-year-old singer at Drake's concert Wednesday after wife Kim Kardashian shared a secretly recorded conversation of West and Swift discussing the song. He told the audience before performing the controversial track, "I'm so glad my wife has Snapchat because now y'all can know the truth and nobody can talk shit about ye no more." Kardashian released a conversation this month on Snapchat after telling GQ that Swift had approved the song's lyrics. The track included the line, "I feel like me and Taylor Swift might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous." She said of the GQ interview on Keeping Up with the Kardashian, "I feel like I've had it with people blatantly treating my husband a certain way. At this point, I don't really give a shit, so I'll do whatever to protect my husband." The Snapchat clip sees Swift give West permission to use her name in the song. The singer has denied approving that bitch lyric and accused the rapper and Kardashian of falsely painting her as a liar. She says, "He promised to play the song for me, but he never did. While I wanted to be supportive of Kanye on the phone call, you cannot approve a song you haven't heard." West and Swift's feud began in 2009 when the rapper interrupted Swift's acceptance speech at the MTV Video Music Awards. Famous is nominated for Video of the Year and Best Male Video at this year's ceremony, which airs August 29th. Lorde gave fans a laugh by live tweeting her awkward Uber ride this week. The 19-year-old New Zealand singer told her 4.3 million Twitter followers she went unnoticed as her driver gushed about the celebrity passenger he had just dropped off. She wrote, "Uber driver currently busting a nut about the fact that there was a celebrity passenger just before me. I can tell you our ride, by comparison, sparkles significantly less for him." She joked, "I can feel it from the back seat. His days glow. He's probably not pretending that I'm not here, that they're still together and alone." Lorde wasn't the only celebrity to go unrecognized in an Uber that day. Friend and fellow singer Ellie Goulding told the Star she also went unnoticed during her ride. She tweeted, "At Lorde Mine said he had someone from Ellie Goulding's band in earlier, but didn't like her music, so Lorde responded by commiserating, I just went." Lorde, a 2-time Grammy winner, released her debut album Pure Heroin in 2013. Singer assured fans she's working on a new record by revealing she was taking the Uber to the studio. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1967, the Doors scored their first #1 hit with Light My Fire. By the beginning of 1967, the Doors were still well-established members of the Los Angeles music scene. As the house band at the Whiskey a Go-Go on the Sunset Strip, they had built a large local following and strong industry buzz, and out on the road, they were fast becoming known as a band that might typically receive third billing, but could blow better-known groups like the Young Rascals and the Grateful Dead off the stage. It would have been poetic if their popular breakthrough had come via their now classic debut single Break On Through, but that record failed to make the national sales chart despite the efforts of Jim Morrison and his bandmates to fuel the song's popularity by repeating calling-in requests for it to local LA radio stations. It was the follow-up release from their debut album The Doors, which would become their first bona fide smash. Light My Fire, which earned the top spot in the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts on this date in 1967, transformed the Doors from cult favorites of the rock consigliere into international pop stars and avatars of the 60s counterculture. As Light My Fire climbed the charts in June and early July, the Doors were out of the East Coast, still plugging as an opening act, for example, for Simon Garfunkel, and sometimes headliners. When the group topped the charts in late July, Jim Morrison celebrated by buying his now famous skin-tight black leather suit and beginning to hobnob with the likes of the iconic model muse Nico at drug-fueled parties held by Andy Warhol. Attempting to keep Morrison grounded were not only his fellow Doors Robbie Krieger, Raymond Zarek, and John Densmore, as well as the professional manager that they hired in part to babysit him, but also his longtime girlfriend Pamela Corson, who is quoted in Jerry Hopkins and Danny Sugarman's Doors biography, No One Here Gets Out Alive, as greeting the sight of Jim Morrison preening in front of a mirror at home before a show in the summer of 1967 with, "Oh, Jim, are you going to wear the same leather pants again? You never change your clothes. You're beginning to smell. Did you know that?" In the end, of course, Morrison's heavy drinking and drug use would lead to increasingly erratic behavior over the next 4 years and eventually take his life in July 1971. During that period, the Doors would follow up Light My Fire with a string of era-defining albums and songs, including People Are Strange, Love Me Two Times, and The End in 1967, Hello, I Love You, and Touch Me in 1968, and LA Woman and Riders on the Storm in 1971. Also on this date in 2000, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, one of Hollywood's highest profile couples, marries at the Malibu, California estate of producer Marcy Carsey. The two actors reportedly met on a blind date in 1998 and quickly became favorites of the tabloid media once they went public with their romance. Their wedding cost an estimated $1 million and featured tight security to keep out of the paparazzi. Despite their reputation as one of Hollywood's golden couples, rumors eventually began to circulate that Aniston and Pitt were having problems. In 2004, speculation swirled that Pitt became romantically involved with Angelina Jolie, his co-star in Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2005. Over the new year, Pitt and Aniston were photographed walking hand-in-hand on the beach in Angola. Just yet days later, while they were still on vacation, a joint statement was issued announcing their separation. Though it seemed to be an amicable breakup, the press speculated that Pitt had wanted to have a family, and Aniston, who had recently wrapped up a 10-year run with Friends, had begun appearing in more films, was reluctant to take a break in her career for motherhood. Pitt was also depicted as being increasingly involved in global charity work, including the AIDS crisis in Africa. Announcers of the breakup only intensified that spring after Pitt was photographed with Jolie, a UNICEF representative, and her adopted son at a beach resort in Africa. Soon they emerged as a full-blown couple, posing as a 1960s-era husband and wife with a brood of blonde children in a 60-page photo spread titled Domestic Bliss in the July 2005 issue of W magazine. Outraged Aniston fans and friends denounced Pitt, who had in fact come up with the concept for the photo spread himself, as insensitive, and Jolie as a glamorous homewrecker. Novelty t-shirts at the time advertised their wearers as belonging to Team Aniston or Team Jolie, according to Vanity Fair. Aniston's t-shirts outsold Jolie's 25-1. Aniston and Pitt's divorce was finalized in October 2005. In July 2006, Jolie announced she was pregnant with Pitt's child. Soon after, the news broke that Pitt had successfully adopted Jolie's children, Maddox and Zihara, whose surnames were legally changed to Jolie Pitt. Jolie gave birth to a baby girl, Shiloh, in May 2006. In March of the following year, Jolie and Pitt adopted another son, Thax Thien, from Vietnam. In July 2008, Jolie and Pitt had twins, Knox Leanne and Vivian Marshalline. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, July 29th. 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.